You're all set today.
I'm alive again. God is good.
There we go. Take care. All right, guys. Another day, day 4 here of, and all the lighting worked really well last night. It clicked off at 4 o'clock. This lighting up here has to be pointed out a little more. It's a little close to beaming on the side of the church here, and we want it more on the sidewalk, but gotten good feedback on the lighting here and how well that's been working out. So today I want to go ahead and get this. I want to get another outdoor outlet put up here where the spotlight is, and also to continue to work on the timer to see if it's keeping proper time. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, is go in now. You see these birds crap up the ground all here. That really makes it a mess. That's the downside of having this tree here. That has to be cleaned on a regular basis. But let's go inside and check the timer. Let's head up topside here. I said this thing was going off at 4 a.m., which is correct. It's a shame somebody ran this electrical here. They didn't even run it through the through this. They just took the front cover off of it and left it there. Well, you know, not my doing. I guess this is the water heater. No, this has a traveler wire for a two-way switch here, so I don't know. Not cool. But anyway, you can see here that the set to go on at 5 p.m. and then it's off at about 4:45, 5 p.m. and then it goes off at looks like 5 a.m. in the morning, something like that. I decided today, because that doggone timer is so undependable with keeping time, it was out of whack, that I've gone ahead and installed sensors on these. You can see a little bit poking out the right hand side, the sensor, and that should make it come on automatically. So we can just leave the timer totally out of the circuit and just leave it in an on position, and it should be totally fine. So now it's time to come over and do this next one. I won't be really able to test this until tomorrow, but it's time to get something mounted up there too on the outside, so we can have an all-weather installation. It's anchored in there pretty good. Satisfied with that, and it'll just be plug-in so it can be changed out. It'll be another all-weather mounting there, and then just have to spray paint, paint it in, and it'll all look really nice when it's done. But getting that anchored in, I had to use the masonry bit here, the 1/4 inch, to get through that, so that worked out pretty good. That is a wrap for day number 4. A simple day, not a lot to see. Putting another all-weather box up where the spotlight is, and also converting everything to sensor to allow that to turn on and off with the sun, and or on at dusk and off at dawn, right? Because the timer is it's not dependable enough, and you can't phase it in for summertime when the days are longer and it doesn't get dark till 8:30, 9 o'clock, and this thing's clicking on at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. No bueno. So hopefully we'll see how this goes. We'll road test this for a couple days and tomorrow we'll check it too and advance the timer, turn it, get it, maybe just remove the screws so it's a permanently on position, and or else we could totally bypass the thing. I don't know what we're gonna do, right? We'll figure it out tomorrow, guys. In the meantime, thumbs up are appreciated. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. I'm leaving now to go on a mega chooch on the streets of Las Vegas. I hope in the future you will join me. Thanks, everybody. All right, we got a Christmas tree. Flowers are I think they're gonna be putting a flower. Poinsettias like crazy and everything, but let's go back up here and visit our old friend. This Intermatic timer, which doesn't keep time properly. Up here, the old war horse. And looking at this, we got two options. The first one is, let me get this over here. First option is to let that trigger to the on position. I moved the timer around to purposely trigger it, and then unscrew the screws here, top and bottom, and just let it wheel around in a basically open position, because everything outside on lighting now is on sensors. The other idea is to just get rid of the circuit here and just connect the line and the load permanently on there, but I like a simpler solution than doing all that, so I'm going to wait to see if that triggers off, and hopefully we'll just be able to unscrew these little pointer nuts and let it just freewheel in a constant on position all the time and just running on sensors. Seems kind of cool because I don't feel like removing all this. And all right, I'm going to patch up some of the old holes from mounting that old light before I paint. I've had this stucco repair stuff I'm going to use. Should do a pretty good job of patching that up pretty good. Let me climb up and get that done. This tree. Stuff works pretty good. Got things pretty well tucked up there and doing okay. I'm going to go ahead now. I want to get the paint out and get the paint dried really nice up there. That looks like a really good custom install. I like that. For our next magic trick, we have one more light. We got some screamers on the street. This light here was an old halogen one, so it was about time that get replaced with a new LED one. So I'm going to get the ladder set up and get this into position. I don't know who in the hell is screaming. Who is it out here? This looks like a pretty nice one. It's very adjustable. And you can also adjust the brightness or the dimness, and Lithonia is a good make here, so I trust this will be okay. It also has a sensor for on off somewhere in there. Imagine that'll work all right. To allow lights to activate in daytime. That's pretty clever the way you turn that. We'll worry about that later. Let's go out there. Let's get the mounting plate up there first. This thing's on some kind of weird cowboy circuit they ran later. They didn't even run it into the box there, but it's okay where the timer is. This has to be mounted up, and then we just center screw that right on there. Very easy peasy installation. Mission accomplished there. It just takes some adjusting for the beams, but I think that'll probably be okay. For starters, maybe just turn it. It might be a little bit, need a little bit of a clockwise rotation here. Let's see. There we go. I think it's gonna be, so we got that window for, I'm gonna look on the box again and just make sure I understand how to adjust these little windows in here. Somebody needs a Snickers bar. I mean, that's way over on 10th Street there. Our next mission is to use some of this orange glow for furniture. I did the upper left hand corner. You can see how nice that looks. Get that cleaned up a little bit and fitting for the holidays, right? The store's taking a beating and people are throwing rotten eggs and stuff against it, I guess, or some kind of acid. Looks like a new door, doesn't it? That's what I like to see, progress each time. I noticed that this, a few letters have come down on the board and stuff, so also could you really use, I think, a good cleaning. I don't know how much is on the outside. I'll try just, this is multiple layers in here. I don't know what. Looks like that's starting to, yeah, I better open this up and get into it. It's kind of hard to believe the sign has lasted since I think July of 2023. Unbelievable. But I've tried to tell people, if you try to make stuff nice, there's less incentive for people to be destructive. So let me get to it. It's a whole heck of a lot better than what it was. It's not perfect, but it looks clean anyway. And that's what I'm into. We're wrapping up 2 days of work here. I'm not quite sure why this isn't activating. It should have gone off, but everything else is working perfectly. A lot of work was accomplished the last 2 days in terms of cleanup and getting things to look a lot better. Over here, all three of these active light setups, the overhead lights, the spotlight, which is working well as the front lights that have been installed, are working great, and I adjusted those so that the beams would be focused at the two doors here, and that seems to be pretty good. I think that looks pretty uniform now, I think. There, and it's just the exterior lighting is important. LEDs are so cheap now. Why not, right? The other important thing too is the timer has now been taken out of the process here. Meaning this electric was enabled at 3 p.m. And I waited till 4:30, 4:45 to see if the sensors would come on, and each of the sensors did for these three lighting setups here. And as a result of that, I was able to go in and unscrew the on-off dial feet to keep it from, to make it trigger on and off. Now all this should just be run by sensor alone. So you don't have to worry about summertime. 5 o'clock, the lighting comes on when it doesn't get dark till 8:30, 9 o'clock. So you're wasting a lot of power. So this is really, really perfect here. And like I say, tomorrow I'll figure out that last light. But this has been mission success here. And I got the ladder back up, and I adjusted the light up there, the spotlight, and that's all been painted nice and looking good. So it gets a really nice beam on there now. So pretty happy. So I think, wouldn't that have been amazing if I could do the fundraiser under the lights like this? That would have been a lot easier than setting up ladders with lights on it and everything else. But a lot of progress has been made. It's late Friday afternoon, getting on to evening. So once again, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit that bell for all notifications. I'm going to try to put a video together. It marks the 2-year journey of gains that have been made down here, and how nice it is to now step on the property, and just that the appearance matches the efforts it's put into the community here, and that really is a beautiful thing. So I'm going to close it out now and wish you all a wonderful rest of your day. Tomorrow we'll get that thing figured out. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure it out. I'm too fatigued, man. Thumbs up are appreciated, and if you enjoyed it, share it out. Thanks, everybody.